express the confidence interval 397.8 is less than mu, less than 526, in the form of x bar plus margin of error, where x bar is, of course, the mean of a sample. So if we think about how a confidence interval is constructed, we have on a number line a point estimate. And that point estimate, if we're doing a confidence interval for the mean, is the sample mean. And what we're saying is that on this range of values, so from 397.8 over to 526, our population mean lies somewhere on that interval with a certain level of confidence. Now, if I want to determine what the sample mean is, then I have to take into consideration how the confidence interval is constructed. It's constructed by taking the sample mean plus or minus the margin of error. So that means this distance going this direction is my margin of error, and as well this distance here also. So what I can say is 526 minus 397.8 is equal to twice what my margin of error is. So let's get out the calculator and find out what that is. So if I take 526 minus 397.8, that gives me 128.2. So what that represents is from this point all the way over to this point, that is a total distance of 128.2. Now, I only want to go half of that distance to get the actual margin of error, which means I just need to divide this value by 2. So if I take that answer and divide it by 2, I find that my margin of error is 64.1. So that's a start. We do need that value to answer this. But the other thing that we need to know is, what's the value of x bar? Well, if I take 526, I start here, and I subtract the margin of error, that's going to land me right at the sample mean. So what I will do is say the sample mean then is 526 minus 64.1. And on the calculator, let's see what we get. 526 minus 64.1, that is 461.9. And another way I could get this, just to verify, is if I subtracted another 64.1 from this, then I should get the lower bound of this distribution. So minus 64.1 again, that gives me 397.8. So this is the middle value. All right, so my confidence interval then, expressed in another way, is my sample mean of 461.9 plus or minus the margin of error of 64.1.